Okay, hey everyone. So today we are going to talk about using Instagress. And I am fairly new to using Instagress, but I have found it to be already 3 days in. Very, very helpful. I've gotten some great leads and I am already talking with numerous people. It's a really good way to connect with like-minded people. Um, and we lead such busy lives that sitting around and scrolling through Instagram for hours on end is not possible for many of us. So this kind of takes that initial work out of searching hashtags and liking pictures and commenting, and it does it for us. But then the important part of this is when you make connections with people and people do respond back to you, that you now make it your goal to go back into your account and start a conversation with these people, invite them to add you to Facebook, and continue with your inviting process through there. So this is really just the initial step, and it helps you gain followers and it helps you find like-minded people. So here's what you do. You go to Instagress.com and you create an account. And that's on the previous page. You can sign in or create an account. Once you create an account, to your dashboard and you can add your Instagram account. So you'll just click add account and you're able to pull up your Instagram account. Of course, I'm using my fitness account because I'm using this for my business, right? So here it is. I'm going to click on my account that I've been using. And it's basically a system where you input hashtags and you, based on the hashtags that you personally input, is what the program will like for you. And you actually have some options. Now, initially, you have a 3-day free trial period. That doesn't mean you only have it for 3 days. How it works is every time you start and stop it, then the clock stops. So if you run it for an hour at a time, if you run it for an hour a day, then that's going to be quite a long free 3 days. But I recommend you running it for more than an hour at a time if you can. So here's what happens. You're gonna figure out what you want to do, and you can like people's pictures. You can comment on people's pictures as well as follow people or unfollow people. I've chose to like, comment, and follow, not really unfollow so much. And this has been working for me. So you just click those on. Don't worry about what the numbers say next to it as of right now. So down here, you want to set your settings. Activity speed, I keep it at normal, so it doesn't look like it's spamming, because they do have such a thing as Instagram jail. And if people start saying, they're deleting your comments because they think of it as spam or abuse, then you get put in jail and you're not allowed to connect with anyone. So if you keep it at a normal activity speed, it's not going to look like you're a robot, so to speak. The media source that we're going to use is tags for hashtags. I choose new media only. And again, you're only grabbing the new media objects here. Minimum likes filter, I use 0. Maximum likes filter, I use 25. Now, what this means is when it goes to like someone's picture, it won't like any picture that has higher than 25 likes at the time. So the reason I like to keep this number low is because then you will stand out. If you're going to make this a high number, like 1,000 likes, somebody who has 1,000 likes on one picture is not really going to notice that you liked their picture. But if they only have 10 likes on their picture and they see your name pop up, they might be more inclined to check out your page and follow you back. So if you keep this at a low number, around 25, it works pretty well. I don't like to comment on the same users because we don't want them to think that we're spamming them, and every time they use the same hashtag, we're liking or commenting. Follow source, when you go to follow someone, I just keep it the same as my media source, which is the tags. Don't follow the same users. What happens is if you're following someone and then you manually unfollow them, if you didn't have this checked, you would be following that person again. And I've seen this on my account, the same account or the same person constantly following me. So they must unfollow, follow, unfollow, follow. So I would just check this at don't follow the same users. Unfollow source. I'm not unfollowing anyone, but I just chose Instagress there. Unfollow who don't follow me. Again, I leave that blank. So I didn't do anything with usernames because I don't have anything. My media source is not usernames. My media source is tags here. So here it is. I just added in my tags. I run a fitness business, so I have fitness tags in here, things that are pretty common and will get me connected with like-minded people. I also like to connect with girls and men who are doing Weight Watchers because I also was a Weight Watchers member for a while, and as well as people who are gluten-free, who like to eat healthy, who are looking for change. You can put in here anything that you want to. Also, you can add what you want to comment. So I like to stick to generic things like super, cool, great, wow. Because if you start to get too specific, I have kind of a wide range of hashtags up here. You don't want the comment to not make sense on the picture because then people know that you're obviously not the one doing it. Down here on my auto stops, I keep my likes at 200. So when it gets to 200 likes, as you saw up here, the clock will stop. And then the comments and the follows will also stop. So whichever one you set to be the highest usually will stop first, or the lowest will stop first. So for example, I had my follows counter at 50. So my follows counter number was getting hit, but my likes counter would not get up to its maximum number. So I kind of upped my follows counter and I'm playing around with that, and just feel free to play around with it as well. You can use a timer if you want to set your activity for an hour or 2 hours or however you want. And that's basically it. And then all you do right here is you click start, and it starts. And you can see when you stay on the page that it will tell you how it's going. Now up here, when your activity is started, we strongly recommend not to make any manual activity on Instagram. So I have been kind of following this rule. And so what I don't like to run Instagress for too long because every now and then I like to go check my Instagram, myself manually. So I'll run it for an hour and then I'll stop it. Or I like to, run it in the morning if I'm out running errands and I know I'm not going to be checking Instagram. I'll let it run. If you're at work, let it run because you're probably not checking Instagram while you're at work. I have the fortunate opportunity of being a stay-at-home mom, so I do get to check my phone a lot. So, totally up to you. And as you can see, you stay on the page, the counter is going up as we speak. So my Instagress is working for me right now. It's amazing. So I think that pretty much is that. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, I hope you learned something today. Thanks.